Yeah, you can come in a box. I couldn't imagine treating my followers the way that she does. I care about my followers so fucking much. And to think that she treats them the way, like lies to them, and it breaks my fucking heart.
Hey,
Hey,
how you doing?
I'm explaining why I hate Nina.
I understand, but don't let it get to you.
I'm not. It's like it's a good release. It's people need, like, I just want people. I feel like people just need to understand what she did. Like it was never you. You was like, you opened up your. You chose without getting advice or without getting opinion. You chose to go to her woman to woman and just wanted to clear the air and just set some things straight that she was saying, and she took full advantage of that when she realized that she wasn't gonna have you in her pocket. And like that was when you were, fresh out in the world and vulnerable and not so guarded. And I feel like that was the beginning of you putting up this wall, which I think it has been a good thing in some ways because, people will take advantage of you. But it breaks my fucking heart. And I hope that Nina isn't someone that I hate one day. I hope that for me, she really does symbolize hate. And I hope one day she doesn't. But it's just the joy that she gets out of it. And I feel bad, like I said, even for her followers. Like, I've seen the messages, like, where she's like, my followers will believe anything I say. Like, she doesn't really care. She has said it in a video pretty much. Like, y'all should never expect stuff from me or expect my time, which no, we shouldn't. But you see, my followers don't expect my time, but I want to give them my time. Like, just because they've been so supportive of me, so supportive of you. And I just don't get it. But now people are finally starting to see little by little. But I think that she was a big part of what ruined your chance of people being able to see your heart and see who you are.
Mm-hmm.
And I fucking hate that. Because I
The
know
ones
you.
that know me, yeah, you know me, and the ones that
But I feel like
know
more people
me,
could have known you.
and
I think that's what
I
killed
think
me.
that I think that eventually, maybe the way to make friends. I've never been good at making friends, but I have had people send me really rude messages, and I took the time to message them back, and I wasn't rude, I wasn't snippy. I just had a conversation with them, and they were like, "Wow, like we thought you would be not the way you are. You're actually pretty sweet, and I misjudged you." And that was, the beginning of realizing that if people just took the time to have a conversation with me, so much of what is put out there they can see is a false narrative. But a lot of people don't want to take the time. They just want to believe TikTok drama or whatever is the cool thing to follow at the time. And that's just something that like I had to pull myself away from. And I'm a lot happier because I did. So, it's not even about Nina. It's not about conspiracy. It's not about any of them. It's about the fact that people just don't take the time to explore who I am as a person individually.
Absolutely. And if only they did. And that's what I've tried. I mean, I'm not going to say I failed because I feel like at the end of the day, I mean, the whole world's not going to lean on one side,
Yeah.
But
and I'm okay with that. I'm absolutely okay with the fact that people don't. There's some people that don't like me, and that's fine. They're entitled to their opinion.
Right.
I'm not against that. I'm not saying everybody has to love me. I don't expect that. I mean, that's not realistic.
No. But if only they would have actually gotten. I think that's what I mean, I think you have some really amazing supporters that because it wasn't as large of a group because of the world we live in, I think that you got to know them on more of a personal level. Maybe not too personal, but you got to come in private lives with us and the people that do support you, they love you so much and they like know you a lot more than so many people, if you have all these people, but it would have been great to I just, I guess for me, and which it doesn't matter anymore. I've learned to move on from that, and I know that I have to accept that like not all people's gonna agree, and we just have to move on. But I guess for me, I just know you, and I know your heart, and I know that if people knew you the way I knew you, the whole world would support you. Like I know that, like you have such a good heart. No, anyways, I'm ignoring comments, but you have such a big heart and you're so genuine and you're so transparent from the first conversation. I remember right before we got the phone call, you were like, don't be afraid to ask me anything. I'll always be honest with you, just as, and that's what you have always been to the point where like now I don't even feel like I want to or need to ask you certain questions. Like those things don't even matter to me anymore. I'm just like who you are now is what matters. And I guess that's what I wish people saw. Like they have to see you for who you are now. Like
Yeah.
who you
Like, I
were
feel
never you never had the chance to be you before. You didn't own yourself. And you just I don't know. I feel like I've seen such an amazing growth just from the time you got out of prison till now. And
Thank you, Kramer, for the little teddy bear.
it's people's loss. I mean, that's what I've come to. For me, I feel like it's their loss because now you have decided to go private. And I think it's the best decision, honestly. But it's going to be people's loss because you maybe you would have shared more with the world, maybe, but they'll never know now. And it's because she was just talking. I would never just cut her off, but they would never just.
This is
If
how
they
our
would have just
conversation
given you a
goes.
chance, if they would have just given you a chance, but at the end of the day, it's their loss. But I'm so proud of you. Like you're a bomb ass mom. You are. I'm so proud of how you've handled the coming from going to the hospital, coming out, nobody being able to see you, getting pictures of you, which they're all still shocked about because they've been able to do that.
What was that? It was,
You did good.
it was at 1:30 in the morning, so I mean, it's not like people were staking
Aurora
out
knew
or
what she was
anything.
doing.
So
Good job. Good job, Aurora. Aurora's like, I got you, mom. Go late at night.
yeah, it was late at night and it was very unexpected. So I mean,
You shocked me.
I doubt anybody was, lurking around the hospital at 1:30 in the mornings because
I
that
know
would
it
be
worked out
creepy.
perfectly.
That would be creepy. But we're doing good. Yeah, I saw a couple of videos that are circulating around that there's this rumor that Christy's taking care of Aurora, which is completely untrue. I'm like, I'm watching these videos, having 4 hours of sleep,
I know,
getting
poor
up every
baby.
2 hours to feed her, change her. Like I do everything, with the exception of Ken helping, of course. Like we take shifts and like if I change her, Ken will feed her. We're doing the best we can as parents and we're doing pretty good.
I know,
Like
I'm proud of you.
I'm like I don't ask Christy to take her and do everything. Christy is there in case I need her, but for the most part I'm rocking it and as they say, I'm just doing the damn thing. Like I've got my big girl panties on. I'm a mom now, and I'm taking my responsibilities seriously. But nobody sees that stuff. So
But
the
at the end of
rumors
the day,
fly.
I guess we'll do Jax. We'll do that. At the end of the day, I get, and it doesn't matter. Like you said, the people who know.
Yeah.
There we go. For Jax. I couldn't follow me. But
Aw.
I know he's so cute. But no, I'm so like I know I can tell. I think when I had talked to you last, I think you said she had just went to sleep. I was like, oh, you got a little bit of time.
Mhm.
But
Yeah, I
I'm so
sleep.
proud of
I
you.
sleep whenever she sleeps during the night. I have like a little, the stopwatch on on your phone, the app, the clock
Yeah.
app.
Uh-huh.
So I set the timer, the stopwatch from the time that she has her last feed to the time that she wakes up for her next feed. That way I can kind of figure out her schedule of like when she's hungry. And she's waking up probably about every hour and 45 to 2 hours and 30 at night. And then during the daytime, it'll be like me and Ken are awake, and then we can kind of help each other out then.
Right.
I came across a lot of videos, like my algorithm is all baby stuff now.
That's awesome.
I reposted this one video that is so relatable. And it's with the transfer from arm to bassinet, and like you hold your breath hoping that it'll go a smooth transition and they'll stay asleep. I was like, this is super real.
That's so funny. I'm so glad that's your what's in your algorithm though.
Yeah, it's like all baby videos, because Google has been my best friend. Like, I have all the books. I have like the What to Expect When You're Expecting. I read that throughout my pregnancy. And then I have the What to Expect in the First Year. And Ken has his set of books as well. So it's like we're reading the books, and then if we don't know something, like we'll Google it and things like that.
Yes. That's what I had actually been when I get into conversations, and I really don't much when it comes to the baby, just because I'm protective about her too. Like, I'm just like, nope. Like, we're not talking about the baby, don't ask about the baby. But one thing I've always said that I was so proud of you with is that you've been preparing for motherhood. Like, and I mean, that's what you should do. But people have their opinions of, oh my God, I'm worried about, like, I've never, like, no one needs to be worried about her. I can promise you that. Anytime I talked to Gypsy, she was always doing something that was for the baby, like preparing for this, preparing for that, preparing for this. And like, y'all went to, y'all started therapy and doing that for y'all and for the baby. And then getting that little binder that you put together, preparing yourself for that, if it ever that was to happen. The books, the fact that, and I love that Ken is so supportive, and Ken is
He's
one of the
been
most
so
amazing men I've ever met.
wonderful. He's been so wonderful and supportive. Like, I really am just blown back, and that just makes me more in love with him, is to like see him with her and how he plays with her and holds her and comforts her. And I'd never seen this side of him, and so it's really like, it touches my heart just to kind of see that that side to him that is a parent now.
Yeah, I always knew y'all were gonna y'all were gonna do great. I never worried, and I always knew that it was gonna. I don't know, like, I knew that. I love how Ken put out, you, him, and the baby. Like, not
there was
showing
a
the baby,
lot of
of
debate
course.
about that, actually.
Yeah, I love the way he did it. He did it such a classy way. Like, y'all are no one, because I think a lot of people expect it, like a tabloid or something to be the first one to put it out, and y'all did it like just normal people.
Well, we had a conversation, and like we kept going back and forth because there was a little bit of miscommunication between him and I after she was born. If we were able to keep it hush hush, not because I wanted to hide anything, but I was like, I want us to actually be happy in this moment and not have to worry about Nina said this or conspiracy said that, or Ivory Rose Grows Wild said that in this room, or
y'all wanted time for just y'all.
Yes, we wanted to have a moment to actually be normal ass people and be happy in the moment at the birth of our child.
Yeah.
So I'm like, to have a few days of just calm peace with nothing being said was the goal. And then he was like, I'm so excited. I would really like to announce. And because I have been in the media for, a year now, or, it's been longer, but hardcore out in the world media, in my mind, announcement like People Magazine or something like that. And so I was like a hardcore no. I was like, no, we're not announcing. We're not. Why? Like our family, our friends know. Why does the world have to know? And so it wasn't until he's like, I just want to post a picture on my Instagram. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like, first of all, which one? Because I don't want to show her, because I was very, protective, and I still am very protective. So I was like, I want to make sure that we agree on the picture. He's like, do you want me to tag you in it? I'm like, no. This is, and essentially, this is what you want to do. It's your Instagram. I'm not going to tell you how to run your Instagram. All I'm going to say is my input on which picture that I think we could both come to an agreement on, to where it's still protecting her, but you can still have your moment to where you can announce as a proud father. And so once we had an understanding about that, then he posted the picture. Me, on the other hand, I'm still not going to post a picture. I don't even post pictures on my private Facebook. So,
Right.
Yeah,
I wouldn't either, because you just never know. And I think that you're doing what is right for you and for y'all. And I think that picture was perfect. And as far as TMZ, like, y'all didn't do an interview. He just made a comment, right?
Right. So, like, TMZ and all those media stuff, like, they follow our social media platforms. So when we post something on our social media, then mainstream media picks up afterwards.
Yeah, I just wanted to clarify that, because I know some people had said like they did an interview, and I'm like, no, they didn't.
No.
I was like, that's why it only says Ken said their baby's healthy and they are very happy. And it was,
Yeah, so TMZ did reach out to Ken and wanted a comment. They were going to print the article regardless of
right. This is a
anything.
short and simple comment.
Yeah, exactly. So he's like, the baby's healthy, we're happy, all is good, pretty much.
No, that was, y'all did it perfect. Y'all did it the way that no one expected, except for you, the people who know you. Like, we talked about this, like, were you gonna let a magazine, a tabloid put it out, or you were like, absolutely not. And
No.
I know a lot of people were expecting that, but I knew you weren't going to.
No, and like, I mean, Christy, she was like, I got offended, but then like we had a conversation, because she was like, somebody's gonna get it. Realistically, one day when y'all are out and about, somebody's gonna get a picture of the baby. And I'm like, she's like, well, you should sell it. That way, if somebody's gonna make money off of it, should be you and not some rando. And I got really offended and a little upset with her over it. And I'm like, absolutely not. There is a huge difference between if somebody takes a picture where I'm not even aware, we're at the park, let's just say we're at the park, somebody snaps a picture of us walking through the park. I can't control what other people do. That's just the unfortunate reality of it. But I can control what I do, and I make the choice to not exploit my child. So.
Right. And I know at the end of the day, she obviously never meant it
that way, but the way it came out was just
that would have yeah, exactly. That's what the world would have viewed it as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I know, like, I've seen some people saying, take this. I guarantee you she's going to become a mommy vlogger. And I'm like, she's not.
No, I don't have any interest in that or whatever. I mean, I feel like there's books and everything. There's enough information about parenthood. And children don't come with manuals. So there's nothing that I could put out that could help the next mom, because I'm just as new as anybody else.
Exactly. And one thing that I have tried to stress to people is if we go way back, that's one thing that you've always wanted, was to just be a normal girl, fall in love, have a family. And it was never, have tried to stress to people is if we go way back, that's one thing that you've always wanted, was to just be a normal girl, fall in love, have a family. And it was never, oh, I want to be famous. I want people to know me. I want to no, that's not what you wanted. What you wanted since before everything was just what you have now. And I think people will eventually see that when, I mean, you don't have to prove anything to anybody. Of course, you know that, but it will be proven to them. And maybe then they'll see, okay, Gypsy really, she's living the life that she really truly always wanted. This is what she wanted. She didn't want what the public thinks she wanted, the attention, the fame, the spotlight. No, you just kind of stepped into that. And I think that, and that's why I'm so proud of you, though, because if you think of when you, I mean, you almost been out, I mean, you've been out of prison for a little bit over a year now. And if you look at where you were and where you are now, you came into the world being who kind of what everybody else wanted you to be, like what the public wanted you to be. And then over time, you finally, stepped into who you wanted to be. And that takes a strong person. And I mean, especially when you're faced with, like, you have the opportunity for fame, but firsthand, it's not all what it's not as glamorous as people think it is.
Right.
And, your first year out of prison came with a lot of challenges because of that fame and being in the spotlight. And I know now, I can tell when I talk to you, you seem so much happier. And this goes to show anyone listening, having so many followers isn't going to be the thing that makes you happy. And I know for Gypsy, her big account isn't what brings her joy. It's being with the person she loves and her family now, That's what brings her joy. It wasn't the 10 million followers that she got,
No, I was actually like, I mean, even my messages with the hacker, I was like, I was going to delete it, deactivate it in a couple months anyway. I accepted that if I lost this account, I accepted that, hey, it's gone. And you know what? Good riddance, because the burden of having 9.8, million opinions and eyes on you, it is extremely stressful and it is a burden. And I keep it open because it's like a lot of family and friends have been like, you can't come across this kind of page that you want to. If you want to start a vlog about crocheting, you can do that and have all the followers. It's not my life. And it's like I always said, it's not real life. So I accepted it if it was gone for good. I have Ken to thank for helping me get it back.
Awesome.
Because I'm terrible at like tech savvy stuff. I'm not tech savvy. So he was able to help me go through who I need to contact with TikTok, make a troubleshoot ticket or whatever, and let them know my account's been hacked, and he was able to help me get it back. But essentially, I was totally fine with it if it was gone. Now, am I happy I got it back? Just to prove a point that it's not okay for people to behave the way they did whenever it was being hacked, with wanting to buy the account and everything like that, and the haters just absolutely loving it.
Right.
How could you expect to be, preach karma and be like, oh, this is Gypsy's karma? No, it's not. Because guess what? If this account was gone, I would have been happy. I would have been fine with it.
Right. People don't realize.
Is the fact that the hacker went live again and again and again, and people were just gifting the account, and they were gifting the hacker, being like a stick it to Gypsy type of thing. And then I get my account back, and all those live gifts goes to me.
Yeah, I did a video about that today.
That's just funny.
Someone was like, she paid the hacker. I'm like, what? She got reimbursed? She got reimbursed her money the live gifts? I was like, what sense does that make?
No, it's just, It's just the point that,
It's not okay, and
it's
people like
not
were
okay
complaining
to
about
act
it.
that way. It's just not. I
Yeah, that was the
mean,
karma. It came back before Wednesday, which is payday. You
right?
know, so exactly. I know that's what I was told. And like, why no one should be gifting? Basically, like, say if you wouldn't have gotten it back, all they're doing is getting scammed out of money. This is a hacker, just like people that was
Exactly.
trying to pay him
That's
for
the
the
thing. They
account.
knew. They knew this guy was a scammer, and they're still talking to him, and they're still
Hypocrisy.
gifting him. And I'm like, I'm watching, and because I was watching from Christy's phone, and we were just watching it all together, and I'm like, grab the popcorn. This is a freaking shit show right now, and we're just watching, baffled, and there was nothing I could do at the time but wait for TikTok to respond to me. But I'm like, the thing is, it's like, if you're able to get through to TikTok and actually talk to someone, it's your account. So you could easily give TikTok your information to get the account back.
Right.
So I told the hacker, I'm like, I'm going to get my account back. Like,
Right.
and he's like, give me $400. I'm like, no, like, I'm not going to buy my own account back from you. That's crazy.
Right. And then can I get no? And I know some of the messages that were put out were fake. And then
The messages that I don't know what it was. It was like a separate account or whatever. But there was so many fake messages that were supposedly from me and Ryan. Like, they were crazy messages too. Like,
I know it was so funny the
wild.
comment on Conspiracy's video. No shit, they're fake. Because that's what I was
Yeah.
saying.
I
Like,
know. I was like, no shit, they're fake. Like, this is
because
clearly. But
they
like,
posted the real ones first, right?
yeah, well, yeah. So the ones that you had put out were his messages to me, and then right before our divorce, I had reached out to him because I really just kind of wanted a closure conversation. He keeps saying that like it's really hard for him to move on whenever the last thing he had seen was me walking out the door. And so I was like, I reached out to him, and I had talked to Ken, I talked to my dad, I talked to my sister, I talked to Christy. I literally talked to everybody within my close circle and asked them, is this a good idea? How do you feel about it? I talked to Ken about it thoroughly. Ken said that if it brought me and him closure, he was completely like fine with it. Like, he didn't have a problem with that. If it helped us move on and helped us grow as people, he was fine with it. So I think it's funny that people were like, ooh, I wonder what juicy messages are in there. And I'm like, okay, literally, there's nothing in there that I would be ashamed of people
I
seeing.
know. They
at
wanted
all.
to see yours and Ryan's, yours and Ken's, and yours and mine. Okay. Everybody wanted to see. I was like, there's nothing in any of those, like videos, sharing videos. You and Ryan was really short. And then wait, the question of the hour, because no, he didn't end up going he didn't end up going to court though, right?
No, he waived his right to go, so it was just me that went, and he never responded to my message to him. But his mom and I are still on good terms. Joy is a really sweet woman, and so
He seems like it.
she is, and so she just kind of relayed to me that it would have been too hard for him to have a face-to-face with me on the day of the divorce, and I totally respected that. So
Okay, because he said no comment when someone asked him if y'all had seen each other.
well, we didn't.
You're like, I'll make it clear.
Well, I'll make it clear we didn't, but it's okay. I hope
Maybe
that,
one day y'all will, but
yeah, I'm just hoping that like
he's able to move on and heal.
he's able to heal. I know that, I've had moments in the past where I've gotten frustrated, and he knows that. So I think we're just at a place right now where no communication is best right now. So
I think that's better for him anyway. Like I think that it's hard to heal if you're still in communication with that person, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
some people can do it, but most people can't. And,
I've had some friends before where, we parted ways due to a disagreement or whatever. And it was years before we got back into communication. And it was better once we had that, 2-3 years of not communicating. Because when we did communicate again, we were in a different headspace.
right. And, what about, who was I going to ask about? Oh, my brain I drew a blank. What was I about to ask you? Dude, now I can't remember. Um, shit. I'm telling you, this happens sometimes. 'Cause,
I
Um,
know.
it does. I'm telling you, I think it's this year. I was like, it's Gypsy Talk did this to me. So much overload of information. I guess I don't remember now. But
I'll come to you and you'll text me.
yeah, I'm like, but well, how's your sister? She's good?
She's good.
That's so exciting.
I had seen that she had posted some videos, and she had came over, and she was like, "I just hope I like it," because I'm like, "Are you scared?" And she's like, "No, I just hope that I like it," because she's afraid she's not gonna like it after all
Oh,
of a
she's
sudden.
gonna be just as beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's that the feeling of getting something because I know she expressed that she had always wanted that too.
Yeah, she had been wanting to. It's like us Blanchard daughters. We just we want to get our nose done because we have our dad's nose, but his nose comes from his mom, and so ultimately we have our grandma's nose, and so hers she has a deviated septum too.
That's what I was
And so
thinking.
she had to have rhino and septo. And then the doctor, the surgeon, we have the same surgeon. And so he's like, what about a chin implant? Because I guess her chin kind of is a little pushed back or whatever. So the nose looks more prominent. So that's why she got the chin implant too.
Okay. I remember I was gonna ask you, how has things been since your book release? Like, how did the book do? Did it do well?
Prominent. So that's why she got the chin implant too.
Okay. I remember I was gonna ask you, how has things been since your book release? Like, how did the book do? Did it do well?
We don't have the exact numbers from both the audio and the hard copy yet, but I'm told that Ben Bella Books keeps track of the count of whatever. So I'm told that we're doing pretty good.
That's so awesome. So no books will return from the bookstore.
No books were returned from the
Yeah, I
bookstore.
heard that. That was a lie. You see, and that was something that I addressed, but it's like I couldn't know. I did text Christy about it, but I don't like to say anything without a fact. And
Yeah.
so not just because, but I did call that other bookstore. They're the one that you had the book signing at.
Mhm.
And they actually had you had sold out basically the night of the book signing. So
Oh, wow.
they said that they had gotten a shipment in 2 days later, and so they had more than enough. Like I pretended like I was a customer coming to got buy one, just because I wanted to see if it was true before before I commented to anybody on it. I don't want to just say something, but that's good. I know that the book meant a lot to you.
I just got done signing all of those book plates. I had signed 2,000 of them.
Oh, wait, book plates? What's that?
It's a sticker, but it goes on the books, the hard copy,
Okay.
and it's for Premiere Books, and so I signed 2,000
Jeez.
copies of that,
How
and
did you do that?
it took me a month because each page had 6 blocks on it, 6 stickers. So I'm like, this is a little overwhelming, but I just finished the last bit of it.
Dang. And then they can't like. So you were still doing it when you went in and had Aurora.
Well, I mean, I didn't bring it to the hospital.
Well, I know, but I'm
I
saying
was
like you were
the
still in the
process.
process of doing it.
Yeah.
Like you hadn't finished it yet.
Yeah.
In between breaks, do a few at a time.
Yeah. That's what I was doing. I was like, okay, sit down and sign this amount this day or whatever. I'd try and get through them or whatever. But
So they just stick them. That's what they stick on the book.
I'm one of those people, like, I never created or like I never had a signature. Like, you know how some people, they have their signature is like a scribble or something? I never developed that. So I have always just spelled out my whole name. And so Gypsy Rose Blanchard
Is
was
long.
far too long. So my literary agent had asked the publisher, could she just do Gypsy Rose? Would that be sufficient enough? And they're like, yes. So that's why I wrote just Gypsy Rose. So.
Yeah, that's perfect. Anyway, because really, I feel like a signature can be whatever you want. Well, you could do your initial. You could do because some people do, like R.L. Stein. You think, they don't say their whole name. So
yeah, there was some like when my hand.
Blanchard. That's long.
Blanchard's long.
Yeah.
And then when my hand would get tired, some of the G's kind of look like H's, so it kind of looks like Hipsy Rose.
Gypsy Rose. Hey, that works. I love that picture. By the way, that was the day of the maternity shoot.
Which one?
The one your profile.
Oh yeah, it was.
You looked so pretty in those pictures. They came out so good. Did you share those anywhere or just on your private page?
No, I haven't shared the maternity photos. That again was like another something that was kind of more private. Now,
Good.
Lifetime had taken some
I
pictures.
feel like I saw some though. Maybe you sent some to me then.
No, there was one. I did send you some, but
Okay. I'm like, I thought I saw some.
there was one that Lifetime for the announcement for season 2. There was an article that had a picture of me from the maternity shoot.
And when's the series start? I mean, when's the season start? It's in March?
March 10th.
March 10th. So exciting. Are you excited to be, are y'all done filming?
Not yet.
Not yet. Almost though.
Almost.
It should be. Oh, that's going to be exciting. And then what you going to do? I know you said, this is what I wanted to ask you. Because, I hadn't been able to talk to you too much lately, but I know that you talked about wanting to go to cosmetology school. Did you decide whether you think you're going to do that?
I want to. I'm looking at a couple of places. It'll be after parole, though.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, obviously there's no schools in cutoff.
Right.
So after I'm off parole, I'm going to go tour a couple of the schools and see which one I want to do.
Yeah, there might be one not too far away from, like, Ken's area.
Yeah, probably. I just have to kind of look into it more.
That's awesome. I'm excited for you to do that. Like, if you decide to. Just,
I wanted to do it because they had the cosmetology program in Chillicothe. But whenever COVID happened, they had shut everything down because of 6 feet apart and all that stuff, social distancing. So
it's really not a long program,
it's a year.
Yeah, so it's not that long compared to if like normal college, for a year.
Right. And there's part-time, there's full-time, and there's part-time.
Yeah.
I'd probably do the part-time considering, Aurora. So
That's exciting.
yeah.
Something that you like. Can something to completely different than where you were heading.
Yeah.
But I think this is going to be good for you, though. I'm excited for y'all. And I know you're excited to get off parole and
Girl, I know. I got 5 more months.
5 months. 5 months-ish. 5 months. What do you like? 4 months away? 5 months away? 5 months. Oh, that's so exciting.
It's a year.
Yeah, so it's not that long compared to if like normal college, for a year.
Right. And there's part-time, there's full-time, and there's part-time.
Yeah.
I'd probably do the part-time considering, Aurora. So
That's exciting.
yeah.
Something that you like. Can something to completely different than where you were heading.
Yeah.
But I think this is going to be good for you, though. I'm excited for y'all. And I know you're excited to get off parole and
Girl, I know. I got
You're
five
so
more
close.
months.
What are you like? 4 months away? 5 months away?
5 months ish.
5 months? Oh, that's so exciting.
I
And
don't like to
then
count like this month, the month that I'm in. So I'm like 5 months.
5 months.
Six
Yeah, that's
months.
good enough. And then in April, don't forget like a bunch of people that you know from the private lives and stuff, like people that you've gotten to know, are all coming down here.
Oh, that's gonna be so much
I
fun.
know. I know. Christy said, I think the show will definitely be on at that time. So, she said we're going. We can, the night that the show comes on, we can watch it on the deck. Everybody over.
You have a big watch
I
party.
know, a big old watch party. Yeah, it'll be so exciting. I know that so many people are so excited to meet you, and I mean, some of them got to meet you.
Is
Rogie.
Dreamer coming?
I don't know, y'all. We need to get Dreamer down here. I know Jeanette. I think Jeanette's like, I need to bring so many boxes of tissue. Jeanette's the crier. She just every time she just hold on. Oh, every time she just anything good that happens, she just cries. She loves you like a she just thinks of you like her. I don't know how she explains it, but the comments off, so she'd probably say it, but she just she goes hard for you, let me tell you, in them TikTok streets. We've been telling her, Jeanette, you can get off the TikTok streets now, girl. We done with the streets. Because we are. And it has been so much more peaceful. Like,
Good. I mean, that's what I want from for you. I know it's been hard the last year, and
but I got through it, girl. I got some thick skin over this past year. And, don't ever think of it as that. Because I'm telling you, Gypsy, I would do it again. I don't regret it at all. I'm glad that I was able to be a voice for you when, the world shut you out. And I know all the people that have been by my side since the beginning, or even newer ones, are glad that they've been able to go to bat for you, because you always couldn't, Being on parole makes that hard too. So I don't regret it. I know it's been hard some days, but to be honest, like, man, I've learned so much this year. Like, I was writing down that the other day, just like everything that I gained from this past year. It's been like probably one of the craziest years of my life. And like and in some ways, this like full of like so much hate but so much love at the same time. Because I mean, where there's hate, there's usually love, and vice versa. And you just got to take the good with the bad. And I don't regret it at all. I know that I stand on the right side of things, and that's what's important to me. And I got to see you for you, which I think that people did miss out on. And so it might have been hard, but girl, don't ever think of it like that though, because girl, like everybody knows on these TikTok streets, like even the people that like I haven't got along with in the past, I've made amends with a lot of those people, and they were like, that's one thing we can say about you is you've never like wavered from where you stand, and no matter what, even people that don't like me, they're like, well, at least I can say one thing, you're a good friend. I'm like,
yes, very good friend.
like and that's important to me, my integrity and my loyalty. So I'll choose that and get beat up a few times a day, but actually it hasn't been too bad. People have my team of people, let me tell you, they protect me so much. I'm so thankful for them. They just, I don't see anything. I rarely see anything bad, and I know there's bad stuff out there, but they protect me. So just like I tried to protect you as much as I could, they do the same for me and for you. So
good. I mean, it's so
time.
helpful to have like a good community.
Yes.
to
We're a
lean
team,
on.
girl. That's why we made it through that book signing, girl. We was a team that night.
I know, y'all
So
were
good.
awesome.
I know. We just wanted you to have we wanted you to have a good book signing, just like I wanted you to have a good birth. Like, that made me so happy that y'all were able to get through the entire experience without any worries, And you always worry, like, all it takes is a nurse, even a nurse, to like do something stupid and like tell somebody, not even take a picture, but tell somebody. I know that's not supposed to, but you don't know that they could. I mean,
No, I had a lot of like sweet nurses.
nobody did exactly. Everybody was so awesome, and that makes me
Everybody
so
was.
happy.
Yeah, Girl, when I tell you, I am so blessed to have the birth experience that I did because I did not feel a thing. The epidural worked absolutely like wonders. And, you watch movies where, the women are screaming and it's
Let's Monopoly go! Chris! Kiki! Ready, tycoons? It's go time! Cash grab!
Kiki, I won again?
Daddy will be back soon!
Hey, Chris, do these make us look rich?
Yes, they're top hats! Wow! We're swimming in it now!
Rents do.
Toodaloo!
Busted!
Okay, truce.
All right.
Nothing beats playing with friends, except bankrupting friends.
Oh, that's good.